Money is changing faster than ever. We've gone from cash to swiping cards to scanning QR codes, and now, blockchain is powering the next big leap, digital payments. But here's the truth. The system we have today is still broken. High fees, delays, and billions of people locked out because they don't have bank access. So the big question is, could Pi Network be the one to finally fix this? Could Pi power the future of global digital payments? Let's break it down. Before we dive deep, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button so more people can discover this, and subscribe if you want simple, clear updates on Pi and the future of money. Now, let's get into it. To understand Pi's role, let's step back and see how payments have evolved. First, we had the cash era. Physical money that worked, but was limited and risky. Then came banking and cards, fast, but controlled by banks. Next, mobile payments. Apps like PayPal, Alipay, and even mobile money in Africa with M-Pesa. They gave millions access, but fees were still high. Finally, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, borderless and independent, but too complex, too volatile, and not practical for everyday payments. So what's next? The world needs a system that's simple, inclusive, and usable in daily life. That's where Pi comes in. Pi is unique because it was designed for ordinary people from the start. No expensive computers, no crazy energy bills, just your phone and a single tap. That's why over 50 million people worldwide are already part of the Pi community. But Pi isn't just about mining. Its real mission is clear: move from mining to spending. Let's talk about why Pi could be a game changer in payments. First, massive adoption. A payment system only works if people use it, and Pi already has one of the largest crypto communities on Earth. Second, ease of use. Sending Pi feels as simple as sending a text message. Third, legal readiness. In 2025, Pi is aligning with international laws and compliance, which makes it safer and more prepared than many other projects. And finally, real-world tools. Pi isn't just theory. It's building apps, marketplaces, even things like Pi Bank and Pi Visa cards, which are already being tested. That gives Pi actual spending power, not just speculative hype. Let's look at real problems with payments today, and how Pi tackles them. High fees. Sending money across borders can cost 5 to 10%. With Pi's blockchain, those fees could almost disappear. Financial exclusion. 1.7 billion people are unbanked, but most of them already have smartphones. Pi can reach them. Volatility. Unlike Bitcoin, Pi aims to stabilize its value with a global consensus value model, so it can actually be used like real money. Trust. Crypto has a reputation problem, but Pi's slow, careful approach and huge community build trust that many projects lack. Pi's roadmap makes the vision clear. July and August 2025, Pi finalizes legal compliance. September and October, testing Pi Bank and Pi Visa cards. November, partnerships with regional financial institutions. December, full mainnet launch with GCV pricing. That's not just talk, that's Pi moving step by step into the real world of payments. Now, some skeptics ask, can Pi really compete with Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal? Well, here's the difference. Visa and MasterCard rely on banks and charge fees. PayPal is convenient, but excludes people without cards. Bitcoin is borderless, but too slow and volatile. Pi brings the best of all worlds. Mobile first, low fees, borderless, and backed by a huge global community that's already using it. If Pi proves stable and builds strong partnerships, it could easily become the everyday currency for micropayments and remittances. This isn't just theory. Pi's ecosystem is already showing signs of life. Developers are creating Pi apps where people can spend Pi on services and games. Community markets are forming where goods and services are exchanged for Pi. And the Pi Visa card is being tested. Imagine tapping your card or phone to pay directly in Pi anywhere Visa is accepted. It's not just potential. It's already happening. Here's what's really exciting. Pi could be the bridge between traditional finance, blockchain, and mobile money. For the unbanked, Pi could be their first financial tool. For businesses, Pi could cut costs on cross-border trade. For everyday users, students, freelancers, workers, Pi could make sending and spending money instant and free. Pi isn't here to destroy banks. It's here to complement them and make money more inclusive, faster, and fairer. So here's the bottom line. The future of digital payments won't be built by banks alone, and it won't come from speculative coins. It'll come from systems that are accessible, trusted, and community-driven. Pi checks all those boxes. By the end of 2025, as Pi fully opens its mainnet with compliance, partnerships, and real-world apps, it could become one of the most powerful digital payment systems in the world. And for the millions of pioneers already mining, this isn't just a financial experiment. It's the beginning of a new economy. So if you're already a pioneer, keep mining, stay active, and get ready to use your Pi. If you're new, now's the best time to learn and join the movement, because the future of payments is coming, and Pi might be at the very center of it. Subscribe, hit the bell, and stick with me. I'll keep you updated as Pi's journey unfolds.